Alright, man, so I'm not even about to sugarcoat some of this shit that I'm about to say right now, but I gotta keep it real with y'all. Sasuke is kinda ass, fam. And the only reason I even thought about this was because I was on YouTube one day and I was watching Sasuke fight this dude named Kenshiki. Apparently Kenshiki is some dude from the Boruto series and he's part of the Sasuke clan or some shit like that. And in the midst of Sasuke fighting this big ass dude, it gets to a point where Sasuke says, yo, I have to leave or else I'm gonna be outmatched. And I'm thinking to myself like, wait, what? Like, the fuck is you talking about? Like, Sasuke, you one of the most overpowered niggas in the whole Naruto series. Like, the fuck you mean you're gonna be outmatched? Like, you only used the Rinnegan one time to transfer places with a statue, and now you like, fuck this, I'm out? Like, come on, man. And then like it really just had me harken back into the times when I was watching Naruto, because I'm thinking to myself like, yo, this is not the Sasuke that I knew of. Like, did Boruto change the characteristics of fucking Sasuke? Because the Sasuke that I knew growing up, he was extra confident for no fucking reason. He got straight to the point as far as executing niggas, even if it meant completing his mission. Like, Sasuke was about that business. But then I really got to thinking about the shit, like, damn, he did lose to Rock Lee, and damn, he did get his ass beat by Killer Bee, and that Hokage summon shit wasn't looking too pretty for him. So after about 10 minutes of thinking about this shit, I came to the conclusion that, yo, this nigga Sasuke lost more fights than he actually won. And I know that anime and manga might want you to think otherwise. They might want you to think that Sasuke won some of these fights fair and square, but if you really observe them and just look at the situation when he's going into these fights or when he's in these fights, it's easy to conclude that, hey, if it wasn't for this, he'll be dead. If it wasn't for this, he'll be back at the Leaf Village. Like, just like some of this shit is bullshit. So what I pretty much did was look up all the 1v1 fights Sasuke been in, and I came up with 18 at best. And I'm not even including the fights where it's him and Itachi versus Kabuto. No, I'm just strictly talking about Sasuke versus someone else. For example, Sasuke versus Naruto at the Valley of the End. So yeah, and pretty much the record that I came up with for Sasuke in the series was like, if you was to take into account the plot holes and all that other bullshit, Sasuke is 4 wins, 13 losses, and 1 draw. And if you curious on what the 1 draw was, I got the draw with him and Deidara when him and Deidara was fighting. Now Sasuke was beating Deidara ass throughout the whole, confrontation, but it wasn't until Deidara used his trump card to nuke the whole fucking area, and then Sasuke magically didn't get caught in the nuke. Like, come on now, we all can agree that was bullshit. Like, come on now, man. And that's the fight I had ended in a draw, because at best in that scenario, Sasuke and Deidara would have died. Like, Deidara would have accomplished his mission in killing Sasuke, but he would have also been dead as well. So it's kind of an L for both of them niggas, alright? Now the next one I have on my list is Sasuke versus Itachi. Now, most of us pretty much already know that that fight was goofy as hell, because Sasuke pretty much spent his whole life training to fight Itachi to only figure out this nigga was at, what, 15% when he actually got the chance to fight him, like, on some serious shit. Like, and then, even then, Sasuke was still having a hard time fighting Itachi. Like, he couldn't get the fucking job done. And if it wasn't for that fucking 8-headed Orochimaru snake shit thing, yeah, Sasuke probably would have gotten his ass beat. That's if Itachi was on some, instant kill type shit. But obviously, Itachi had plans to die by Sasuke's hand, so you know how all that stupid ass Naruto shit afterwards happens. But yeah, Sasuke low-key should have died. Like, he should not be living right now, because that Susanoo should have chopped his ass up. And Itachi was fully capable of ending it, because he was still fucking walking with the Susanoo. It just got to the point where he was like, you know what, nah, Sasuke, you already accomplished what you set out to do. Like, I'll let you kill me. Now let me go be, and now let Toby or Obito tell you the rest of whatever the fuck happened. Like, the ending of that fight was a clusterfuck now I'm thinking about it. But yeah, Sasuke lost that fight nonetheless, in my opinion at least, because he fought a nerfed Itachi. Like, and if Itachi was 100%, we all know Sasuke would lose that fight. So the next fight I got on my list is him versus Killer Bee. Alright, Killer Bee versus Sasuke. Like, and this is a fight that I know most people is gonna say, no, it's actually Team Taka versus Killer Bee. Well, it turned into that, because this fight was pretty much equivalent to your friend getting into a 1v1 fight and your friend getting his ass beat, so you all start to jump in the fight so y'all can help y'all friend win the fight. Yeah, that's what pretty much what this fight was, because Sasuke and Killer Bee was pretty much going 1v1 at first. until Killer Bee beat his ass. And then that's when Team Taka was like, oh shit, like we gotta help Sasuke, because Sasuke was finna get his shit executed right there on the spot. Like Killer Bee was playing no games with Sasuke, right? And then, you know, even then when the Taka was hopping in to fucking help Sasuke, they was getting their ass beat, you know what I'm saying? And I think it was to some, bullshit with the fucking Rasu or some shit where he was like stuck or whatever. But if you really just look at that from a 1v1 aspect of Sasuke versus Killer Bee easily won that fucking fight. If you go into the back in the OG days of Naruto when he fought Rock Lee, bro, you could not tell me with a straight face that this nigga Rock Lee was gonna beat Sasuke ass, fam. Like, a nigga in footy pajamas was not finna beat the second rival to Naruto, right? He had his Sharingan activated and everything. He was extremely cocky. Sakura was bigging his ass up. Only for this nigga to get drop kicked in the fucking air. Like, don't get me wrong, it was fucked up, but at the same time, it was kind of funny because the way this nigga, the airtime Sasuke had after that fucking drop kick was crazy. And while we're still on OG Naruto, let's have a real conversation about that Naruto versus Sasuke fight at the Valley of the End. I'm talking about when it was little as hell. Let's have a real conversation about that fight. If you was to ask me personally, I think Naruto should have won that fight and got Sasuke back to the village. But of course the plot said, no, fuck that. We need Sasuke to be rogue unless we can't continue the fucking story, right? Because you can't continue a story without Sasuke getting his ass beat and coming to the realization that he doesn't need hatred to beat his brother Itachi. Considering the fact that Itachi is gonna be fucking 15 to 10%, hell, fuck it. You might as well say he's already dead when Sasuke sees him to fight him. Like, yeah, it's kind of a waste of a fucking time and a smack of a face to the fans and me personally, if you ask me. Especially when you take into account that in the end of the fucking series of Naruto, Sasuke realizes he doesn't need hatred to move on in his life nor accomplish his goals. So what was the fucking point of having Sasuke win that fight when it's clear that Naruto should have won it? You're not telling me that a curse smart Sasuke is beating a one-tailed beast Naruto. That shit sounds crazy to me. Even Sasuke, when he had his Sharingan activated and he was trying to track Naruto's one-tailed beast form, even he was like, yo, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, I can't track this nigga at all. I can't read his movements. Like, Sasuke was running the whole fucking time. Like, Naruto was really trying to knock his head off his fucking shoulder. And you telling me that just because this nigga grew 2 hands on his back, that now he's on the same level as one-tailed Naruto? Fuck out of here, fam. And Kishimoto tried to clean it up a little bit by talking about some Naruto's left arm is numb, like he can't feel his shit. And I'm like, man, y'all get this bullshit up out of here. So now you telling me he can't use his left hand after he just went apeshit on Sasuke in one-tail form for about, what, 6 seconds now? Like, come on, man. And then we got the Danzo fight. Now the Sasuke versus Danzo fight was full of fucking errors, alright? First, how was Sasuke able to have all that energy to fight the fucking Kages at the Kage Summit and then be able to fight Danzo and spam Susanoo in that whole fucking battle? Like, that shit makes no sense to me. And then the only reason Sasuke knew about Danzo's ability was because Karin was on the sideline acting like the fucking fairy from Zelda, giving Sasuke information about his abilities and shit. Alright? So that information allowed Sasuke to spam his fucking Susanoo, even though this nigga was what, at 5% chakra at this point? He just activated his Susanoo. So it's like, what the fuck, man? And then at the end, they tried to do the whole fucking data thing where this time Toby is alerting Sasuke that this nigga's finna blow up. And it's like, like Sasuke, you've been getting your ass saved way too many times. And then here comes Kakashi when he's fighting Kakashi, right? And at this point, Sasuke is pretty much going blind because he's overusing the fuck out of this Susanoo. And I guess that's Kishimoto's way of compensating for him spamming the fuck out of it, even though he probably didn't have a chakra in the first place to spam the fuck out of it. So I guess this is Kishimoto's way of saying, you know what, he did overuse his abilities and spam the fuck out of it. So let me make this nigga go blind. And then back to the Kage Summit when he fought the right Kage and Gaara and the lava bitch, like he was finna die over there. Like this nigga Raikage got he chopped his fucking whole arm off because of that Amaterasu some shit with that black flame shit Sasuke got. And he was finna deck Sasuke ass. It doesn't matter if Sasuke had the little Susanoo bones to protect him. The Raikage was finna finish this nigga. Then Gaara was like, nah, step out the way, fam. I gotta talk to Sasuke real quick. And then when Sasuke tried to get spicy with Gaara, like, look, Gaara already had the nigga in the sand coffin, right? If Gaara was really on some kill right now type shit, he could have got Sasuke the fuck up out of here. But since he was trying to bullshit and talk his way through, like, no, you don't need to be like this. You used to be like me, Sasuke. You know, come to the good side. And then Sasuke like, nah, fuck you. You know, I'm on my period right now. Look, Gaara could have ended him right there. So Gaara and fucking Raikage, them low-key are 2 L's that he took at the Kage Summit, and then the lava bitch could have got him the fuck up out of here. So look, man, Sasuke is really out here taking L's, fam, like for real. Some other L's that Sasuke took includes him meeting Itachi for the first time in the Chunin exam arc, where he was pretty much in the hotel and getting his ass beat in front of Naruto and Kasami, and that's when Itachi pretty much told him, hey, you ain't gonna be shit, you never gonna be shit because you ain't got enough hatred in you. And that's pretty much when he bitched Sasuke. And then you got the fight with him and Orochimaru in the forest, where Sasuke did kind of win the fight, but in a way Orochimaru was kind of playing with him, and he eventually won the war, you can say, because he did end up biting Sasuke, giving him the curse mark that led to him leaving the Leaf Village, that led to him being rogue and doing all this wild shit, like getting his ass beat by a Killer Bee and the Kages and etc and etc. Then you got the moment when he tried to fight Madara 1v1. Like, he really thought he could fight Madara 1v1. This nigga Madara froze Sasuke mid-air, took Sasuke's own sword and stabbed him with it. Alright, like he completely bitched Sasuke in that moment, alright? And then you got, you know, when he was going against Gaara and them, like I said, like Sasuke just was not lucky at all when you come to these 1v1 fights. And if you really want to talk about the last battle in Naruto, where it was him and Naruto, you know, with their Sage and Six Paths power, like Sasuke, it was so obvious that Naruto was holding back. It was scary, and I think it was even pissing Sasuke off. That's why he pretty much said, hey, look, if you keep holding back, I'm gonna end up killing you. So even Sasuke knew that this nigga Naruto was holding back. So it's like, look, man, I just feel bad for him, and I fucks with Sasuke heavy, so let me get to some of his W's that I think he did take. Now, one of the W's that I think he did take was when he went against Team 7 for the first time since post-time skip. This is when Team 7 was Sai, Naruto, Sakura, and Yamato, and they saw Sasuke, and Sasuke pretty much schooled them niggas. Like, the whole scene was literally set up for Sasuke to look like a badass and to make Naruto look like a little bitch. Like, it even made me question Naruto, like, yo, what the fuck was you doing post time skip? Like, in those 2 years when you was with Jiraiya, what the fuck was you doing that you couldn't do to, you know, fight Sasuke right now? Like, it really was fucked up. Then I had him winning against this Chino girl from Boruto. Then his first round at the Chunin exams, when he went against the dude who could steal chakra, I had Sasuke beating him. And then Orochimaru, when Sasuke decided to leave, you know, Orochimaru's den. But at the same time, I don't know if I should count that because Orochimaru was ill and sick. So, like, you know, but I still count that as a win nonetheless, because the way he looked at Kabuto, he looked at Kabuto, and that nigga Kabuto was shaking his fucking boots, my nigga. Like, this nigga Sasuke walked past him like, yo, do you want some, nigga? Like, but yeah, I had Sasuke winning that fight. So yeah, those are the fights I got Sasuke winning, but I mean, unfortunately, all the major fights in the series, Sasuke pretty much lost. And if the anime and manga did say he won, it was because of some bullshit, alright? And it was for plot conveniences. Like I said, I don't want no one to think that I'm just picking on Sasuke specifically. I do this shit for anybody in the Naruto series or in any anime. Like, it's just that it clicked to me because I big Sasuke up so much, and me personally, I think he's one of the best things in fucking Boruto right now. So, like, for me to really, you know, for me to realize that this nigga took a lot of L's, it's kind of unfortunate, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's pretty much all I wanted to say in this video. If you liked it, you know, like and subscribe. I very much appreciate it. It's your boy, Trigger Senpai, and I'm out, man. Peace.